Angry Guy here, and today we're discussing the top five crypto friendly destinations for Passport Bros. Today we're discussing the top five crypto friendly destinations for Passport Bros. As you guys are making your way out into the world, as I've said before, cryptocurrency is a Passport Bros best friend. All right. This is a means of no matter where you go in the world, no matter what happens, you will always have money. By having some money in crypto, you will always have money. This could be keeping some in Bitcoin or especially keeping some in stable coins like Tether. But no matter what you do, you will always have money if you have some crypto. All right. And you can store that on a hardware wallet, or you can store it just through a normal wallet online, and you safeguard your private keys, put them somewhere where no one knows where they are. And I mean, like for example, you could upload them to your Google Drive, so you can store them there, or you could put them in an email, send an email to yourself that no one would realize stores your private keys, but only you would know that your private keys are in there. And that's one way of doing it. You wouldn't even put private key. So, for example, only you would know that it's there. So if someone got even access to your email address, they wouldn't know that your private keys are in there. There's many different ways you could hide your private keys and put them in places where no one would be able to find them. And this is a means of always ensuring that you have money. So we're going to look at the top five crypto destinations for Passport Bros. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one. The first destination is going to be El Salvador. Now, this Central American country has made Bitcoin a legal tender, and that means that you can use it to pay for goods and services without any tax implication. All right, and El Salvador is a pretty nice country, relatively peaceful, so it's really a good concept. And better yet, El Salvador also offers a residency program for crypto investors who deposit at least 3 Bitcoins in a local bank. How insane is this? All right. So if you deposit 3 Bitcoins in a local bank, you can apply for residency in El Salvador. For those of you that don't think Bitcoin and crypto is real money, the rest of the world has moved on. And as I said, that as digital currencies become the norm, because that's where it's headed, the only way that you're going to have money that can't be taken away from you is by having crypto. And when you're a passport bro traveling, having crypto means that no matter what happens, you will always have access to money, and that cannot be taken away from you, or it'll be very hard to do. Okay, no private keys, no access to your money. Next up, we have Brazil. Brazil is a popular destination for passport bros who are looking for exotic and feminine women. So that's really cool. Okay. However, Brazil also has a vibrant crypto scene with many merchants, ATMs, and exchanges accepting digital currencies. So you can find a lot of places, merchants, ATMs, lots of places in Brazil that will actually accept your cryptocurrency. You can spend your crypto right in the country. That's absolutely insane. So a number of these countries have an even more developed crypto industry than the United States and a lot of Western countries. So that's something for you to consider. Okay. So for those of you that want to go to Brazil, meet some Brazilian mamacitas, try your luck down there, just know that your cryptocurrency is going to travel with you and it's going to be very well accepted in Brazil. Okay. Spain, surprisingly for many people, is another extremely crypto friendly destination. It's one of the top five crypto destinations for passport bros. Okay, Spain is another European country that welcomes crypto enthusiasts and passport bros. Spain has over 19 attractions, more than a dozen cafes and restaurants, and 6 nightclubs that accept digital currency. I'll repeat that again. over 19 attractions, more than a dozen cafes and restaurants, and 6 nightclubs that accept digital currency. That is absolutely huge, okay? And Spain also has a low tax rate of 19% on crypto gains. So if you make profit on your crypto gains, you will actually have a very low gains tax on that. So that's really incredible. Okay, let's go ahead and continue because we are learning, we are growing. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying this content, you want to see more videos like this one where I go over crypto, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss a video again, and like the video so YouTube will know you're enjoying the content. You want to see more of it, so they'll show you more of it. All right? So after Spain, we get to Thailand. And Thailand is a very, very popular country for a lot of people. Aside from the Philippines, I definitely recommend checking out Thailand. You can live very cheap in Thailand. You can live like a king in Thailand. I'm actually going to have someone on the channel very soon that lives in Thailand, and we're going to be doing some videos where we're going to be discussing Thailand, the cost of living there, as well as other countries in Asia, how you can transition. We're going to give you guys some opportunities to also ask questions at some point so that you can find out how you can make this transition, how you can travel, how you can live your best life, because we really want to help you guys to find happiness, to get some of you guys are getting old. I'm not going to joke around. Some of you guys are getting old, and there's no sense in wasting the years you have left just cooped up doing nothing. All right, even if you're not going there for the women, you're going there to heal, because the US is a miserable place, the UK miserable place, Canada miserable place, okay, Australia miserable place for men, okay, for women they're paradise, for men these are miserable places. And this crypto is such an incredible tool, because no matter where you go, you will have money, you will always be secure, you will always have a way of dealing with situations, no matter what arises, and no one can take that away from you. So Thailand is known for its beautiful beaches, friendly people, and cheap living costs, as I mentioned earlier. And Thailand has a supportive crypto environment with many ATMs. So you've got tons of crypto ATMs, tons of exchanges, and businesses accepting digital currencies. So that's another big plus, okay? Another huge plus. And Thailand does not tax crypto or capital gains. So any money you make on crypto, any profits you make on crypto in Thailand will not be taxed in the country. That is absolutely insane. You can live in Thailand very cheap. You can actually you can day trade cryptocurrency, and you can make a profit there, and you will not end up having to pay anything out of pocket on that. All of that belongs to you. Granted, there may be issues in your home country, because no matter where you go, Uncle Sam wants to tax you, although there are ways to deal with that. When you live outside of the country, typically you have to pay taxes in the country you live in. So there are ways to avoid double taxation. Okay? And I used to, when I lived outside the country, I did that. I was able to avoid double taxation by knowing how to file my taxes. So you can do that. All right. So Thailand is one of the great options, and I mean, beautiful women, great beaches, friendly people, very. They're very welcoming to Americans and people from Western countries. It's truly magnificent. And like I said, we're going to be giving you a lot more information on Thailand, because that's one country where you guys can go there and you can absolutely heal. Okay, and you'll meet so many beautiful women. And the thing is, like, these women don't really hide it. They're about, they know what they're about. You know what you're about, but they're going to treat you very well. They're going to treat you very well. And the kinds of nonsense that you put up with in the United States, you're not going to run into that over there. Don't get me wrong. These women are looking for a great guy, for great guys, but the you know the it's not like America where where literally they're chasing the top 1%. You could be a 70-year-old guy and you look decent, and you've got money in your pocket, and they're going to want to be with you, and they'll even want to have a kid with you. And you might think that's, well, they just want to have a kid with you because of money. And that's not true. One of the things that, and I didn't know this, I learned this recently from someone living in Thailand. If you are, for example, a Caucasian person, they will jump at the chance to have a child with you, because they're going to say, they're going to look at your facial features, and they're going to say, well, I want to have a kid with someone that has these facial features. All right, so my children will have a different kind of nose. My children, their forehead might be different, their eyes might be different. Their my children will be exotic. Okay, and then when you consider what the typical earnings are for a man living in Thailand versus a man from a Western country, and the average height of a man in Thailand versus the average height of a man from a Western country, you have to understand that men from Western countries are, the typical height is like 5'9". All right, so the men when you go to Southeast Asia, the men from Western countries are typically taller. They have, even the poorest man, from the from a Western country, let's say that's making $30,000 a year, that's 10 times that's roughly 10 times what the average, what many Korean men will make, and a lot of Korean men won't even make that much. To be very honest, I'm just being really honest with you. A lot of them may not even make that much. All right, okay. So that's a normal income. So you're making, you're making 35,000 dollars a year. That's, divide that by 10. All right, and you'll have a Korean guy making. So you'll have a person guy that lives in Thailand making $3,500 a year. All right, so you multiply that by 10. You're a stud over there. You're an absolute stud. There's a lot of guys who live over there on $1,500 a month, $1,000 a month, and you can live comfortably. Okay, $1,500 a month, you will live like a rock star. It's absolutely incredible. All right, and let me just make sure, did we get every? Yeah, we got everything there. So the next one is Japan, and it's the final one. So Japan is one of the most advanced and innovative countries in the world when it comes to crypto adoption. Surprisingly enough, Japan was the first country to recognize Bitcoin as a legal form of payment all the way back in 2017, which feels like yesterday now, back when I was just first started talking to you guys about this. But yeah, 2017. All right. Japan also has over 200,000 stores that accept Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. 200,000. Okay. So for any of you that think that this thing is a fad, it is not a fad. Okay. It's only going, the markets are only going to mature. And I've said this before. You don't need to own 10 Bitcoins or a dozen Bitcoins. You only need to own one Bitcoin, because in the future, all right, say 10 years from now, 7, 10, I don't know how many. All right. But in the future, not too far distant future, when you're, people can invest in gold bonds, right? But when they invest in crypto, when you do things like crypto bonds and so forth, or you're trying to, or you're doing things with crypto, for example, companies are going to want to borrow your crypto. They're gonna want to borrow your crypto, because they're gonna have to resolve, they're gonna have to have crypto on hand, have Bitcoin on hand. And for them to do business, for example, a bank, they're gonna have to have Bitcoin on hand. So they're gonna ask you to loan them your Bitcoin. They're going to ask you to loan them your Bitcoin, and they're going to have to pay you substantial amounts of money on your Bitcoin. They're going to have to pay you large amounts of money on your Bitcoin. And if they cannot return your Bitcoin, it's going to be a serious problem. Okay? So they're going to have to, this is the honest to goodness truth. Banks, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, all these big banks will eventually start using crypto. Eventually they will start holding crypto, because especially with the digital dollar, People are going to say, no, I want Bitcoin. I want to pay in Bitcoin and I want to be paid in Bitcoin. I don't want your digital currency. Okay? And they're going to have to start accepting Bitcoin as a payment. Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe even Ripple, but Bitcoin definitely. And they're not going to have, there's only 21 million Bitcoins. Think about that very carefully. There's not enough Bitcoins for every millionaire. For every millionaire in the world. There are not enough Bitcoins for every millionaire in the world. Heck, I think for every millionaire in the United States. There are not enough Bitcoins for because there's only 21 million. So there are not enough Bitcoins for every millionaire, even in the United States. All right? What? You don't think there are 21 million millionaires in the United States? To be a millionaire, you need $1 million or $2 million. Okay? That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And there are not enough Bitcoins for each and every one of those people. So what does that actually tell you? You will be paid substantial interest just for loaning banks your Bitcoin, just for letting them hold your Bitcoin. You'll be paid massive amounts. You're going to have one Bitcoin being worth something like $1 million, and they're going to pay you a substantial amount for that Bitcoin in interest. Okay? So forget about this 5 or 10%. You're going to be earning, you'll probably earn daily interest. Okay? So you put one Bitcoin, they're holding one Bitcoin for you, and considering that this is rare, this is so rare, depending on how it fluctuates, you could find yourself earning $200,000, even $300,000 a year from that single Bitcoin, allowing a bank to hold that Bitcoin, allowing them to use that. So you can live off that for the rest of your life. And the value of that Bitcoin is just going to keep on increasing. Right now, Bitcoin's it's like 20 something $1,000. That's going to look like such a steal. And people are going to say, can you imagine if we had just bought one Bitcoin back when it was $2,000? Yeah. Guys, like I said, you have to prepare yourselves for the future. You have to be prepared for the future because you will get left behind. So you need to study crypto, and know how to trade, know how to buy, know how to sell, know how to store it, know how to use it. All right, and stay up to date with the different developments in crypto like NFTs. But anyway, guys, I mean, what do you think? What did you think of this? Did you enjoy this video? Do you want me to make more videos like this? Okay, like where I provide tips and tricks and information that's useful for crypto, for bros, for guys to understand how you could use crypto and where it will be useful and valuable for you and how it relates to Password Bros. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if this is the type of video that you want to see, or if you have other ideas, what other ideas you have for videos related to crypto that you'd like me to make on the channel. Okay? So put that in the comments. Let me know what you want me to make, and let me know if you want me to make more content like this. So with that said, like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.